is not a technique. The form is a larger vessel in which you fit yourself into. You don't want to adapt the technique to you. That's not the point of Kihon Wasa. So the timing and the spatial relationships, the patterns, the rate as you're fulfilling the pattern, all that is trying to teach you something. So he comes in, this has to fit. Oh, okay, what does fit mean? Well, I shouldn't be pushing or pulling. If I'm pushing or pulling, that means he's doing the opposite. Otherwise, I can't feel the pull or I can't feel the push. Do you guys got that? So that means if I feel the push or the pull, or if I'm pushing and pulling, I'm not harmonizing yin and yang. And then I'm not doing Aikido. Okay? So he goes and this arm just doesn't feel anything. And it doesn't take any effort to reach him. In other words, you see? You see? It's just all fits perfectly. And then the same thing with the drop. Doesn't take any effort at all. Everything just goes. And the same thing goes as he gets up. There's a timing and there's a space where I can fit. None of it takes any energy. Same thing. He goes where he's going. Same thing. It just fits. Boom. Just fits. Same thing getting up. Boom. Same thing here. Just fits. Just fits. Same thing. It just fits. So this is wrong. This is gonna punch me. Boom! It's gonna stab me, right? Because you did it wrong. Well, that wasn't a foot maneuver. The foot maneuver was Ushido Tenkan. Naridimi Tenkan. Ushido Tenkan. Boom. Then you go where there's space. Then you go where his Kazushi is. But you have to wait for that arm to go. In this variation. Boom. There's an extra turn because he entered in deeper than Katata Dori. Right here. So don't just make it a free-for-all, otherwise you're not learning anything. So Katata Dori is telling me, so he gives a push, all right, so I can't stay here because this is not neutral now. You understand? If he just grabbed, and we have yin and yang here, this is where I would stay, okay? So I'm going to do something which tells you he must be doing something. So as he goes, that's when I neutralize that. Do you see how I'm doing that? Okay. So I'm looking for this to reach, let's call it 0. 0 is not +1 pushing or +1 pulling. Got it? It hits 0. And the same thing. If I start going here, that's going to be a pull. Do you see that? So that's going to be +1 pull. It's going to. I wanted to instead to say it's 0. So this grip is telling me where I need to step, at what rate, at what angle. You got it? And the same thing with this hand. If I move this over here, you're going to feel a lot more mass. It's not hitting at 0. So this hand has got to be at 0, and this hand has got to be at 0, and that's where I drop. It's just 0. Then we go again. Here goes the next problem. So some of you are all here and you're starting to lift. Do you see that? What if you got lower? Then you wouldn't have to lift. Do you understand? So pay attention to all those things. Boom, boom, here. You see? And it's 0 again. It's 0 again because he's going that way. Boom, and it's 0 again. 0. Same thing. If I start going this far, do you see? This grip now is not at 0, it's +1. So I don't do that. Same thing here. If I'm pushing on that, that's +1. No, have it be at 0. Then I have the added problem. So if I was just doing Ikkyo, right, that's where it would end. Go back. But I have to keep the 0 and find the new pattern. So it's at 0. So neutralize 0. Boom, here we go. 0. 0, boom, 0. And my grips are telling me what I need to do and when to do it, how far to do it. Okay, height. Here's the problem is that you want something, that's the problem. So you want him to fall, so then you go plus push, plus one push. You did it, or you want him not to be there, so you go plus one pull. You really have to stop having an intention and really just have a feeling. Just a feeling. That's all you want. That's all you want. So I know he's going down, but I'm not taking him down. So as he pushes, I just neutralize, right? So this is me taking him down, and you'll feel the pressure, right? You feel the pressure. And all I'm doing is just neutral. I'm just neutral. Same thing. You want him over here. That's when you start going like this. Instead, just be in that relationship. Oh, this hand is telling you what to do. That's all you're doing. So we're going to adapt it a little bit more. See, we can play a little differently. You see? See how I'm doing that? Neutralize, and he'll fall. Here, here. You're just following that 0. 0, 0. Zero, zero, zero. Okay, let's try it. So that 0 you're going to find is going to be a little bit tougher. That part. A lot of times you see this. That's not it. So some things are obvious, like here, okay, we could feel that. And then here you can see that if I use the distal end of the lever, then that'll be closer to neutral. Okay, but that's not always what's going on. Okay, so here, you see how he's going this way from this contact. This contact, not from this contact. That would be plus one pull. Okay, so it's just here. You don't have to go. Stay there if you want. But he'll go with me because I'm generating that gravitational or that friction or that reverse energy. I don't care what you call it, right? I don't care what you call it. Right. And I'm just here. Don't go. Brace if you want. Okay? So, not here. This is enough contact. This is enough contact. And so he's bracing there, but as I start to turn this, right, his center of gravity is going to see, do you see that? But I don't have to do it like this. I can keep the descent and the rate and the angle and the relaxation helps me So I don't have to go to +1 pull. Oh. Oh. Okay, try it. Get it? Let him up. First part, bring him around. He gets up. Right here's where you want the neutral. Right? Oh. He gets up. Oh. His elbow's going to come up. Do you see? Right. So you go around it. Hands up. Boom. Boom.